What are we doing today?
Well, we can do variant readings in the Quran.
Okay, I need the variants again. Can you give this to someone else? John, can you come here and take all these off his hand and just hold these qira'ats for me? Get those ready for me. Ooh, yeah. So I need the qira'ats ready. If you can get them ready. Give me your name again.
Timothy.
Timothy. Oh, Tim. Of course, you're Tim.
So we can talk about the Seven Akhu, we can talk about the compilation of the Quran, we can talk about Birmingham manuscript or the folio.
Every one of
We
those.
can talk about
Let's go to all of them.
variant readings in the 10 Qira'at. I'm happy to talk about anything.
Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Then we have Tim here. Tim, we've known each other for a few years, haven't we?
We have, yes.
And you've been on the ladder before, haven't you?
I haven't actually. This is my first time.
No.
Yeah.
Tim, really?
Seriously, yeah.
When weren't you here last year?
I was, but I didn't go on the ladder.
Oh gosh,
So I'm here this time.
we have all these newbies that have just for the first time been on the ladder. He's been on the ladder many times from Italy. But Tim, you're a little concerned because the Muslims make a claim about the Quran. And what's the claim they always make?
They say that the Quran has been unchanged, it's perfectly preserved. But the Quran that we have today goes back to Muhammad and has never been changed ever since then.
And why do they have to say that?
Well, I believe that they're saying that as a polemic against the Bible.
All right.
They're trying to make it out like if this is truly the word of God, then it could never ever be changed.
Okay, and do you know where the reference is for that in the Quran?
Surah Al-Hijr, chapter 15, verse 9.
Okay, that's where he's guarded. But where does it say it's eternal? Where does that come from? That's in chapter 85. Chapter 85, verse 21 and 22. For those Muslims, Allah al-Mahfuz is the word they use. They preserve tablets. When you go to any Ibn Kathir or any of the tafsir, they would say that this is the eternal tablets.
Okay.
So it's not that the Muslims are claiming that. The Quran claims it.
Interesting.
So because the Quran claims it, Tim, they have to then not only mimic it, but also support it.
I see.
So if it's completely eternal, then has it ever changed? In chapter 6, verse 34, but mostly in chapter 10, verse 15, and in chapter 18, verse 27, it says that no one can change God's word.
Interesting.
So therefore, it's eternal, no one can change it, which means not one word, not one letter can be changed. You change one letter, one word, it's no longer eternal, right?
Absolutely.
And now we go back to your chapter verse, and that is the reason it can't be changed, is because chapter 15, verse 9, God preserves it.
Exactly.
So eternality, no change, guarded by God.
Yes.
Those are the three things in the Quran.
Yes, and this is what Muslims claim all the time.
They have to.
Yeah, because me, when I'm speaking to Muslims, I ask them, what's the reason why you're a Muslim? This almost comes up every single time. The Quran has never been changed. It's perfectly preserved, unlike the Bible. But I've been doing a little bit of digging, Jay, and I found that that's not true at all.
Okay, so you're saying that the Quran has been changed.
Well, absolutely. I don't even know what the Quran is. I'm just trying to figure it out.
You're not sure which Quran it is what you're saying.
I don't know what Quran Muhammad recited. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay, so you're going to look at a number of Qurans. Before you put those two up, let me put this picture up. Where is it? This picture here. What do you see there?
I see multiple Qira'at.
These are multiple Qurans, are they not?
That's correct. Yeah.
And they were all found by, where's the one with Hattuns? Here we go. They were all found by this lady here. That used to be a lady that used to come to Speaker's Corner. The Muslims had her put in prison 4 times. All 4 of those times, she has been thrown out, and the Metropolitan Police had to pay £10,000 each time. But this is the lady that found these Qurans. Notice, there's 26 on this page. She's found another 4. There's 30 of them.
Wow.
No 2 are alike. Each one of these you can buy today. She bought these in Morocco. She bought them in Yemen and in Jordan. Those 3 countries. I've got 9 in my house that I bought online. You can buy them today if you want to. Now, no 2 of these are alike, is what she found.
Okay.
These are known as what?
qira'at.
Now explain what that is.
These are readings that Muslims claim go back to the Prophet himself.
So they claim that the Prophet had 26 or 30 different Qurans.
Well, what Muslims claim today is that there are 10 canonical readings of the Quran.
Right.
They will say that this is the 10 qira'at.
If you go on the internet, this is what you'll see. Basically, these 7 were chosen first
That's correct.
by Ibn Mujahid in the 10th century. Chosen because why didn't they just choose one?
I don't know.
Well, none of them agree with each other.
Okay.
Every one of these 7 do not agree with each other. They have different words. They have different phrases.
Yes.
If you have different words, what does that do to the Quran?
Change.
Bingo. But didn't you just read chapter 15 verse 9 that God protects it from being changed?
That's what it says, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
So once you change one word, it eradicates eternality, right?
Absolutely.
Tim, we don't make that claim about the Bible, thank God.
No way do we do that.
All right, so obviously there was a problem because by the 10th century there were 700 of these.
700.
700 of them.
To me, that's quite a lot.
So Ibn Mujahid chose these 7 here.
Wow.
Now, what's the Quran that we use today around the world?
Authority of Asim.
What's it again?
On the authority of Asim.
Okay, Hafs and Asim is what they say. Which one of those is Hafs and Asim?
I've got Hafs and Asim right here.
So that's Hafs and Asim.
That's correct.
Okay. What's the day he died? Do you know the day he died? 796.
Talk about Asim here.
Hafs.
Hafs. Okay.
Hafs and Asim. That's Hafs from Asim.
Okay. So 785 he died.
Here is Asim right here, okay?
Yeah.
Asim ibn Najud from Kufa.
Okay.
So he lived in the city of Kufa, just south of Baghdad. He had a student named Hafs.
Okay.
So Hafs, here we hear, comes from him. These 7 were chosen. Is Hafs in that list?
In this list of the 7?
Yeah.
No, I can't see. Yeah, I can see.
No, he's not.
No, I can't see that.
He's not there. So you said 10 eponymous readers.
Yeah.
3 more were chosen in the 15th century. These 3 down here.
Yeah.
7 plus 3 is
10.
10. So these are the 10 qira'ats.
That's correct, yeah.
These are the major qira'ats. These are the ones supposedly that Muhammad received when he was receiving the revelation from Jibril.
Yes.
Is Hafs here?
I see Asim, but I don't see Hafs.
You don't see Hafs either, right?
No. I
Yet
don't see
Hafs is the one that 93% of the world's population memorized. Why is his name not there?
I honestly don't know.
He's not very important.
Yeah.
So he's not in any of these 2 lists, right?
Nope.
And the cameras can see this.
Yeah.
You can get this on Wikipedia. You can Google this. Qira'at. So Hafs and Asim, the green one you have there, should be in this list.
It should be.
He's not in this list. There was a problem. So in the 12th century, a guy named Al-Shatibi was asked to choose 2 students from every one of these 7.
Okay.
Now you see the 2 students, 14, right? There's Hafs right there.
That's where he emerges.
That's where he comes.
That's interesting.
He dies in 796, but he is chosen in 1194.
Wow.
That's the 12th century.
Okay.
He dies in the 8th century. He is chosen in the 12th century. Was he alive?
In the 12th century? No, not at all.
Was he alive when Muhammad died?
No, he wasn't at all.
He died in 796.
Exactly, he wasn't a Sahaba.
That's a late 8th century, right?
That's correct, yes.
Did he ever see Muhammad?
Nope.
Did he ever hear Muhammad?
Nope.
Did he ever know Muhammad?
Not at all.
Did he even live in the century with Muhammad?
No.
Can you see a problem?
Actually, a big problem.
Tim, what's the problem?
He didn't know Muhammad. We can't verify his Quran. We don't know where he got it from.
So you've got a difficulty, and I hope you all see the significance.
Yeah.
If this was the Quran that we read today, this guy never knew Muhammad, never heard Muhammad, then what Quran is he writing?
Definitely not something that Muhammad said.
Okay, so he must have made this up, right?
I guarantee he made up a lot of things in his reading.
Okay, because you've got his reading right here.
I've got his reading right here.
Who do you have with him on the other side?
I've got Al-Bazi on the authority of Ibn Kathir. Not to be confused with the the historian.
Not the tafsir writer, yeah.
Yeah.
Much later tafsir. So this is another Ibn Kathir.
That's correct.
Okay. So where did Ibn Kathir live? I'm sorry, still need this.
I think he's from Mecca.
He is
Al-Makki.
Ibn Kathir al-Makki means Mecca.
Mecca.
So he is from Mecca.
Yeah.
He is the one that has Al-Bazi right there. So he dies in 738.
Yeah.
Did he know Muhammad?
No, he didn't.
Muhammad died in 632.
That's correct.
Al-Bazi dies in 864. Wait a minute. How could he be his student? That's 130 years between them.
Yeah.
So how could he be from Ibn Kathir?
That's what I want to know.
Ooh,
Quite a big time.
You don't have a professor that's 130 years older than you.
No, you don't.
He's long dead, right?
That's
so
correct.
even this makes no
It
sense.
doesn't make any sense at all.
Muslims do not know how to answer this.
That's interesting.
I love it when I ask them, what do you mean he's a student? In order to be a student, you need to know the man.
Exactly.
In order to know what the man's saying, you need to see him.
Yes.
You need to hear him.
Yes.
None of these guys knew Muhammad. They didn't even know each other.
Exactly.
There's 130 years between the professor and his student.
Yeah, that's a big joke.
It just gets better and better, doesn't it? But can you see, this is a real problem for Muslims. No Muslim really knew this, did they?
No, I don't think they did at all.
So between these two men, there's differences, aren't they?
There are differences.
They're both in Arabic, right?
They are both in Arabic.
But you're going to show differences.
I will show you some.
Okay, let's go through some of the different. I'll hold one, you hold the other.
Hafs and Asim.
Okay, I got Hafs and Asim 796, Al-Bazi 8. Hold that, keep that there so I can get it. 8, Al-Bazi 864. 796, 864. Even between these two guys, you have a good 70 years between them.
Yes.
All right.
So if you go to this page here. So this is Surah Al-Tawbah,
Al-Tawbah, yeah.
chapter 9, verse 100. And this is the Hafs reading, and this is Al-Bazi's reading. And when I speak to Muslims, quite often we talk about the 7 ahruf, and they say that it's a different dialect. So what I should find in these different qira'ah is just different dialects.
Different dialects. You say potato, I say potato.
But here
Your
we have-
pronunciation is different, yeah.
Absolutely, but here we have an additional word.
Oh.
We have the word min.
Min is not in here.
No, it's not.
Okay, let's show the whole world. Min is not here, but it's over there. So another word has been added. From. Min means from, right?
That's correct. So
Min
another
means
word
from.
has been added to this reading. Tajri min tahtiha. God is from which? God is from beneath which rivers flow. Now, the meaning may not change much, but what I want to know is what did Muhammad recite?
And which is the one that's in heaven?
Exactly.
If it's eternal tablets, according to 85, 21 and 22, Allah Mahfuz, if that's eternal, then which is the one that's eternal? This one or that one?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Did God lose a min somewhere along the way?
it seems like he did.
See,
Yeah.
if Muslims are going to make, if the Quran's going to make this claim, then you can't find even one word different.
Not at all.
You can't find one vowel that's different.
And here we have a kasra here and a fatha in your one.
I have a fatha here,
And
and you
there's a kasra here.
kasra, that would be an E sound.
Yes.
So
There
it
is a
would
difference there.
D, but yours says ta. Yours is D, mine says ta.
That's correct.
Oh dear, so even the vowel is different.
That's correct, yes.
You have a dama or you have a fatha. You have the dama, I have the fatha. I have the kasra, sorry. You have the kasra, I have the fatha.
That's correct.
Come on, Jay, you're getting tired. I'm getting tired.
So these are significant differences.
So not only is the meaning different, the words are different, the vowel is different.
Yes.
God bless you, that's a huge difference.
It's a huge difference, especially when they're saying it's dialects. If it's dialects, then you wouldn't introduce a new word that has nothing to do with what's written in the text.
That has nothing to do with dialects there.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that's
And
one example.
we need to have eternality. What's
Okay.
another example?
In Surah Hud chapter 11 verse 81, there's a contradiction.
Which color do I want?
I'll show you here. So this is Surah Hud. So we're here.
Yeah.
And we're here. So,
Makkah. Who Makkah?
so we have Ila Imra Ataka. So this, I can explain it. This is a variant reading So in this, to explain it, it's quite technical because it requires a bit of Arabic grammar.
Okay, they can all see it here. You can view it on this. What we'll do is we'll superimpose it for you
Yeah.
who are watching it.
So in this reading, I'll start with the reading of Hassan Hassan. It says, Ila Imra Ataka. Ataka has got a fatha. Now this is interesting because in the story of Lot, you have the angels command Lot to take his family on a night journey and to let none of you look back except for your wife. Ila Imra Ataka.
Okay, we have the same story.
Okay? Interestingly, in this reading, it says Ila Imra Atuka, which is in a nominative case with Adama, Atuka.
Okay?
Now this changes how the wife is applied to the command. In the reading of Has, Lot is commanded to take his family, but not his wife. That's the command. In this reading, he is commanded to take his family with his wife, but not to let her look back. They're two different commands.
Wow, that's a totally different scenario at all.
It is.
Don't take your wife, don't let her look back.
Yes.
So which one is it?
Well, I gone to the Tafsir of Al-Jalalain and I can read it. He also mentions this variant reading and he's confused. He says either she was taken or she wasn't taken based on the readings that you have. So this sounds like to me a clear contradiction in the reading.
All right, so you can see in this case, either Hafs is correct, and what's the name of this guy?
Al-Bazi.
Bazi is correct. Both of them are riwayats. These
correct.
are both students.
Yes.
They didn't confer with each other.
No.
He is from Mecca, he is from Kufa. They should have done a confirmation because God does not make these mistakes.
No, God doesn't make it.
An eternal Quran would not make these mistakes.
Absolutely.
We're not asking that they are similar. We're not asking, okay, maybe she was told not to look back. Maybe she did go with Lot, but then at the later time said, don't look back. We're not asking that.
We're not asking that.
Because we know that could very well be. What we're saying is, how is it the Quran is confused on this?
What I'm saying is that what did the angels command Lot? That's what I care about. Did they say take your wife or not to take your wife? Depending on the reading that you go by,
You're going to have a totally different story.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is why when I said before, when you look at the Tafsir of Al-Jalalain, he is even confused.
He's
He doesn't
confused.
know
Yeah.
because of these variant readings. So this sounds to me like a big contradiction, and it shows me that Allah has failed, according to Surah 15 verse 9, to preserve the Quran.
To preserve it, to guard it.
Exactly.
It's also failed it to keep it eternal.
Yes.
According to chapter 85.
Yes.
And it also fails chapter 10 verse 15 and chapter 18 verse 27, which says no word, no letter can be changed. No man can change God's word, which I agree.
What's happened here?
It looks like there's lots of changes.
If you believe in Allah, then I don't know how you can continue after these errors and contradictions and varied readings in the text.
Now do you have another one?
I do have another one, actually in Surah 10, verse 16, so which is just over here, I believe.
The orange one?
Yes, this is the one here, right there. So this is Surah 10, verse 16.
10 verse 16.
Yes. So in this reading, now my Arabic isn't great, guys, so I'm going to butcher it. But if you're able to zoom in and see here, we have a difference on the la and the alif. You can see here the lam and the alif. Sorry, there's some differences there. Now in this reading, it says, "I would not have told you." Right, I'm going to get it out. So
Well, here, there's a dagger aleph here.
and you can see here the difference right there. You have like a Hamza on top.
Yeah, you've got to...
I'm going to read it for you, right? I want to make sure I get this right. Just bear with me a second. Oh, here it is. So I'm looking at the British translation of the 10 Qira'at. So this is a book done by Muslim scholars, linguists and translators who make a note of this variant reading. I'm going to read it for you. So in the half, this is what it says. Had Allah willed, I would not have read it to you, and He would not have informed you about it. However, in Al-Bazi, which is this reading, it says, in one of his narrations, had Allah willed, I would not have read it to you, and he would have informed you about it.
So one's a negative, one's a positive.
Absolutely.
You can't have God disagree or a book disagree, having a complete negative and positive.
No, you can't.
They don't make sense.
Absolutely.
So which is the one that's in heaven?
I'm trying to figure that out.
You're gonna see you're gonna have a problem. Al-Jazari in the 15th century saw a huge problem. He wrote 80 articles on this problem. 80 separate articles. He is the world's leading authority in the 15th century, and that's why he added another 3 qira'ats and 6 riwayats to what had already been added to the 21 that already existed. That's the 15th century. Muhammad died in the 7th century. We're talking about a good 700 years later or 800 years later, they still didn't know which one of these was in heaven. And you can see case after case after case.
Yes.
Now we're going to put this on so the people on the cameras can see side by side. You're not making this up.
I am not making this
This
up.
is not a translation.
This is not a translation.
These are both Arabic.
This is in the Arabic.
These are supposed to be originals.
I literally showed someone this just before we had this conversation, and he agreed. He saw the variant and he was confused. He didn't understand. He actually said this one is wrong and this one is correct because he's only familiar with the Hafs.
He's right.
He doesn't realize that this is actually a qira'ah, which Muslims claim is a Quran that goes back to Muhammad.
So Tim,
This is happening every single time I come here.
here we have all of the 30.
Yes.
We have the first 7 that were chosen by Ibn Mujahid in the 10th century. We then have the next 14 that were chosen by Al-Shatibi in the 12th century, 1194. We then have the 3 more qira'ats with their students chosen by Al-Jazari in the 15th century, 10th, 12th, 14th century, 15th century, sorry. By the 15th century, we have all 30. 30 different Arabic Qurans, all written in the 8th, 9th, and 10th century, but chosen in the 10th, 12th, and 15th century. 30 different Qurans. You've gone through 3 differences already.
Yeah.
And in every case, they are different meaning, right?
Yes, I mean, we've gone through one where they've added a word, or
One has a completely new word added,
or
min,
omitted, depending on what you think is true.
which is the one that's in
And we
heaven.
have 2 contradictions. One in Surah Hud, chapter 11, verse 81, and one in Surah 10, verse 16.
So you can see, by the time these 30 are chosen,
Yes.
by the time they're chosen in the 15th century, how many differences are there? These are just 3 we looked at today. How many are there between these, the Hafs and the other 29?
I haven't checked, but I assume there could be thousands. Whoa, 93,000 differences.
93,000 differences.
Wow.
93,000 different words.
Wow.
93,000 differences. We've only shown 3 today.
Yes.
And even these 3, there's no answer for, right?
There's no answer for this.
So how can Muslims and how can the Quran, it's not the Muslims, it's the Quran, say that this is eternal? Which one is eternal? Which one of these 30 is eternal?
I couldn't answer you that.
Which one is the one that was sent down to Muhammad between 610 and 632? Which one of these?
I'm trying to figure that out.
These are just 2 of the 30, right?
This is just 2 of the 30.
So which one of these 30 is the one that Muhammad received? Remember, these were all written in the 8th, 9th, 10th century.
Yeah.
2 to 3 to 400 years after Muhammad. And because of that, they cannot walk away from them. They're all there for us to see. And the Muslim scholars don't know what to do with this.
They don't.
When Muhammad Hijab asked Yasser Qadi in 2020, that was on July 8th. Tomorrow is now 6 years ago. He asked him this question. He said, I'm going to put out my hand as a blank Muslim.
Okay.
Which Quran is the one that's in heaven? Which one of these is the one that Muhammad received? Which is the one that we claim is the eternal Quran? What did Yasser Qadi say?
I don't think he could answer that at all. He said we don't answer these questions. I'll talk to you about it after if I remember correctly.
He said, turn off the Quran. Sorry, turn off the camera.
Yeah.
We don't talk about this in public. We don't want people to see this. Do not cannot ask me this question. He said, this is the most difficult question for Muslim scholars for the last 1,000 years. He said, Al-Jazari. Al-Jazari is this character right here. This is Al-Jazari right here. Al-Jazari died in 1429, 15th century. He wrote 80 articles or 80 books on this problem and they came to no conclusion. He says, we cannot conclude on this. Muhammad Hijab put his hand out again. He said, this should be easy. Which is it? Is it the Hafs? Is it this one here? Al-Bazi. Is it the Warsh? Is it the Kalun? He said, your standard narrative has holes in it. Now, what does that mean, Tim?
It means there's problems that we have.
And the standard, which standard narrative?
Talking about the Islamic standard narrative.
Standard Islamic narrative. S-I-N. Sin has holes in it.
Yes.
We know sin has holes in it. That's quite evident. And here's another big hole, isn't there?
Yes.
And he said, this has been the most difficult question in the West. They have come leaps and bounds. And there are certain questions we don't ask of the Quran. This is one of them. We put a red line there. And we don't go beyond that red line. But you're asking me to go beyond that red line. And Muhammad Hijab, I said, is this what happened to you at Yale University? He said, no, I had a crisis of knowledge.
Okay.
But I am absolutely sure that this is the Quran. But which one? Which one of these is the Quran? So we asked him again. 28 minutes later, he said, which one of these? You've got to answer that. Guess what his answer was? They're all Quran. A little bit of Hafs, a little bit of and Bazi and Kalun, just mix them